Hey YouTube, this is David from Bubba Chunks Development. Today we're going to do part 1 of the Introduction to WordPress tutorial series. This is WordPress start to finish, step-by-step guide to learning WordPress and getting your website online. Part 1, planning your website and deciding if WordPress is right for you. Step 1, planning your website. The first thing we'll go over is planning out your website. There are two main steps in planning your website. Step 1 is to determine the purpose of your website, and step 2 is to determine your website's functionality. The first thing we'll go over is determining the purpose of your website. Basically, what are you making a website for? Are you just trying to create a landing page to promote a product you may have coming out? Are you trying to promote yourself in the form of a resume or a portfolio website? Are you trying to create an online store where you can sell things? Or possibly a multi-vendor store where other people can register to your website and sell things? Or maybe just a blog or a news site where you can post news or content articles? Or maybe you want forums where people can come together on your website and talk about certain topics. The possibilities are pretty endless, but you'll need to determine the purpose of your website. The next step to planning out your website will be determining your website's functionality. Is your website just going to be a single page, or is it going to be multiple pages? What kind of features do you want on your website? Do you want a blog section? Do you want to post news articles? Do you want forums? Do you want a newsletter where you can contact your audience? Do you want a storefront? Basically, what do you want your website to be able to do to keep your audience interested and connected? Now that you've determined the purpose of your website and the functionality you want your website to have, we can move on to step 2. Step 2. Deciding if WordPress is right for you. Is WordPress the best solution for your website? WordPress is great for people who are new to web development, people who are unfamiliar with coding such as HTML, CSS, and PHP MySQL. It's also great for large or complex sites. It's also great for feature-driven sites, and it can be used for basically any website you could imagine. Why wouldn't I use WordPress? Even though WordPress is extremely powerful and versatile, there are a few rare situations where you may not want to use WordPress. A few situations where you might not want to use WordPress include if you have extremely limited server space, or extremely limited bandwidth, or you don't have access to any databases, or if you're just trying to create a simple one-page site. It might be easier to just have a static HTML page instead of a complete WordPress deployment. With today's web standards, though, those situations are extremely rare, making WordPress pretty much a viable option for any reason on any website. This concludes part 1, how to plan out your website and decide if WordPress is right for you. Stay tuned for part 2, choosing the best web host and planning your deployment. If you'd like to learn more, you can visit my website at www.bubbachunksdevelopment.com. Feel free to subscribe and follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links will be posted down in the description. This has been Intro to WordPress Start to Finish, Part 1. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more.